joining us this evening for our 17th annual theatrical production and dinner. This evening we give to you a veteran cast who will present to you the Hitchhiker's Guide to Jerusalem. It's our version of the biblical parables entwined together into one. Tonight, we will entertain you with the real story of the Good Samaritan, the Prodigal Son, the marriage feast parable, and the parable of the workers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our very own Prodigal Son, played by Otis Rainier. The father, Lord Amnon, played by Sean Coltfarber. The son, Oren, played by Owen Lazon. From the parable of the Good Samaritan, we give you Jordan Walkup and his trusty servant boy, Caleb, played by Marcus May. Please give a hearty welcome to the stage to our very own priest Onias, played by Philip Walkup, and his son, Levite Eleazar, played by Josh Walkup. The Innkeeper will be played by Salvador Aguilar. Next, from the parable of the workers, we give you the wealthy landowner, Lady Hadar, played by Audra Coltfarber, and her ladies, Daisy Aguilar and Emma Fahrenholt, and her trusty foreman, played by Stephen May. Our supporting cast includes the Friends of the Prodigal Son, played by Nate Upton, Jean Rainier, Micah Pritchett, and Morgan Dunn. Finally, we have the lady who will be telling our story. It's Deborah, played by Allison Dunn. Our technical support includes Dana Upton, our stage manager, and Darcy Dunn assisting. Jan Huff, our line reader and set design. Michael Dunn and TJ Hopper, operating our lighting. And Tanya Hopper, managing videography. We would also like to thank our wonderful kitchen crew who promises to deliver a fantastic meal during intermission. Please give it up for Roger Huff, JR and Sarah Otts, and Jeff and Renee Otts. Last but not least, please join me in welcoming the lady who brings you tonight's performance, our illustrious director and costume designer, Beth Huff. All of tonight's proceeds go directly to the Pathfinder mission trip to the Navajo Reservation in Arizona. We thank you for your continued support of the Bentonville Beavers Pathfinder Club, a youth ministry of the Bentonville Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the Hitchhiker's Guide to Jerusalem.
Our courtyard to be so full this evening. You all are here for our silks, right?
Yes.
No? No, you all are here for our fine spices. No. Well then, whatever you are here for, I wish you shalom and God's blessings. Wait, it's today the 18th day of February? Yeah. Now I remember. And after I promised my Lord Amnon that I would be here to escort you all. Please forgive me. Shalom! My name is Deborah, and we are here to welcome you to our humble village. My Lord Amnon is so eager that you all were able to dine with us this evening. You see, we had a bit of trouble finding people who are willing to attend. But Lord Amnon was so overjoyed to have his son back that he could not let this occasion go unmarked. The journey was long at arriving at this day, but alas it has come. And so we joyfully welcome you and wish you shalom.
Hello again. We're here with all our friends. It's good, so good to praise the Lord and sing together. Hallelujah, hallelujah to our King. It's so good to be together. Say hello again.
Please, everyone, have a seat. Lord Amnon wishes he were here to greet you personally, but he is no doubt making the final preparations for the wedding celebration. So, I know that many of you have come from far and wide, and maybe the story of my Lord Amnon has not reached you yet. So, I hope that while we are waiting, you all will allow me to tell you this wonderful tale of God's redemption.
Luke chapter 15, verse 11. Jesus said, "A certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, 'Father, give me my share of the inheritance now, before you die.' So the father divided his estate between them."
I'm so tired of this boredom. You all know what I mean, right? The day-to-day existence, doing the same thing over and over again. Nothing new, nothing exciting. Well, I sure get tired of it. So here's what I did. I got to thinking. You know, you live your life and you get older, and your parents die and you get whatever they have left. An inheritance or whatever you want to call it. But I'm sorry, that's just not good enough for me. Give me the money now so I can really enjoy it in life. So here's what I did. I marched right up to my father and I said,
"Father, I want what's coming to me right now," is what my younger son said to me last night. The nerve! Man, doesn't he know who I am? I was the one that brought him into this world. And you know, I was thinking, I could take him out and make another one just like him. But he is my son, and I love him. And it pained me so much, I decided that I would do what he asked and give him the money so that he could search for a better life on his own. And you know, the thing that was so disturbing, that he didn't even wait until the next morning. He packed his bags, and the next thing that I knew,
I was out of there. Kissed that boring place goodbye. There was a whole world waiting for me to discover, and discover I did. I began to live it up. I had it all, and I mean all. I had more friends than I knew what to do with. People loved me, and so do the ladies. I had the best clothes money could buy, and so do my friends. I was eating like a king. I was living the life, and I didn't have a care in the world.
Please, sir, a coin for my bucket.
Well, of course, lad, have you eaten today?
Are you really going to give your give your hard-earned coin to that waif? He'll snatch the whole purse. Be off. You'll never see him again.
Well, I didn't even think of it like that.
That's why you have us here to watch out for you people when I take advantage of your newfound wealth.
Now be off, boy. Shoo. Go on.
Please, mistress, I am very hungry.
You heard the lady, now be off with you before you cause a scene. Now who's hungry?
Oh, of course, only the finest, to the end.
It wasn't long before life began to catch up with young Benjamin. He learned very quickly that money doesn't grow on olive trees. Benjamin's inheritance began to dwindle quickly as he feverishly spent it and spoiled himself and his friends.
Innkeeper, I'd like to purchase your finest lodging for myself and my friends on this cold night.
It is my pleasure to serve you, my lord. I require a payment of 30 denarii to satisfy all your expenses.
Bring me my money back at once so I can pay this fine man. Count quickly now, boy. My friends and I grow cold.
I'm sorry, my lord. This is only 17 denarii, and I require 30.
Bring me another bag of silver and be quick about it. That's outrageous. Go and look again.
I've already done so. There is no more.
Then what have you done with it? You, my good friend, have stolen my silver.
No, it wasn't me. You must believe me. You've been spending wildly, my friend. Perhaps this is the last of your inheritance.
Silence! Get out of my sight, man. I'll hear no more of your accusations. I remember what you cost me and what you owed me. Think I called you my friend. Innkeeper, you can clearly see my friends and I are victims of thievery. What can you offer us for only the coins in your hand?
I fear, my lord, that since your party is so large and your funds so small, I can only offer you a bed of straw and donkey shelter.
That's outrageous! Do you know who I am? Why, I am Benjamin, son of the great Lord Amnon of Jerusalem. How dare you offer me such shoddy accommodations? I demand better.
I fear, my lord, I cannot meet your demands unless you are prepared to pay.
How dare you suggest? Of course then, where are my manners? Friends, shall we make a sort of party out of it? Not many of our status can say they've slept on a bed of straw with a donkey.
But we need warmth, Benjamin. We can't find that on a bed of straw.
Yes, and how will you give us food for our bellies?
Oh, where is your sense of adventure? Come on, we can soon forget our hunger around a fire.
Come with
on.
me to the home of my brother. He never turns guests away from his fire.
Wait, no, don't leave now. You leave now, I'll never accept you at my table again. Who bought you those fancy robes you're wearing, huh? You've forgotten that? Innkeeper, what can you offer only me for the coins in your hand?
Why, my lord, I can offer you the best in the house. I have second floor room with rugs from Persia and sleeping quarters flowing with silk. I can also offer you a meal of bread, lentils, and cheese. Nothing finer has...
Oh, take me there at once. I didn't need them anyway.
Inns began to turn him away. Markets wouldn't sell him clothes or food because he had no money. Those friends he thought were so great disappeared. Before Benjamin knew it, everything was gone. And now, for the first time, Benjamin was penniless and he needed a job. In Matthew chapter 20, starting in verse 1, Jesus tells the story of a landowner who is hiring workers for her vineyard. This is where we pick up with our young Benjamin.
Benjamin, is that you? This is the last place I expected to see you. Are you looking for work? Surely not you, great son of Lord Amnon. What happened, old friend? Did Daddy's money run out?
Sure, certainly not. It's so-called friends like you that have left me in this state. Besides, I'm not afraid of a hard day's work. Fine clothes cost money, you know, and I gotta keep my appearance up. And tonight I was secure, and sleeping under the stars is as great as it used to be.
I am looking for people to work the day in my vineyard. Anyone interested? It pays a denarius for the day.
My lady, I bid you good day. You may recognize me. I am Benjamin, son of the great Lord Amnon of Jerusalem.
I certainly do not recognize you. Now step back with the others this instant.
But my lady, I wish to put myself forward for the position of foreman. I'm an expert in the working of a vineyard, and I believe my background warrants somewhat of a higher pay than the average day laborer.
I don't care if you are one of the great king's advisors. If an honest day's labor is not what you seek, then I suggest you leave. Very well then. You two go with my foreman into the vineyard, and he will instruct you on the task for the day.
Look, I don't know who you think you are addressing Lady Hadar like that, but I suggest you adjust your attitude if you want to make it through the day here.
But I am somebody. I am Benjamin, son of the great Lord Amnon of Jerusalem. And if they can't see that, then I suppose I'll just have to make them.
It was hard work, harder than he expected, but Benjamin could almost taste the money he would earn. Food, a bed, and some new clothes were almost within his reach. It soon became evident to the foreman that the day's task required more workers. So, only a few hours into the day, Lady Hadar went back into the market and hired more. Benjamin noticed but thought nothing of it as he struggled to keep up with the others. God had blessed Lady Hadar's vineyards that harvest season, and she found herself at the market, again at noon and again at 3 o'clock to hire more workers. Finally, not wanting to leave the work of the day's harvest unfinished, she went again at 5 in the afternoon and hired another.
I believe we're done for the day. Thank you for all your hard work. Please line up in the reverse order you were hired.
Praise be, I could not have lasted another 5 minutes. That foreman worked us like dogs.
Huh, you are weak. Lady Hadar's foremen are known for their kindness and fair treatment.
Go ahead, call me weak, but at least I'm privy to the finer things in life. Besides, tonight I will secure a room in the inn and request the finest lodging and a warm bath.
Well, I don't know how you're going to afford that with 1 denarius, but hey, good luck.
1 denarius is promised.
See, that man that worked 1 hour got the same amount of pay as we were promised. We will surely be paid more than that.
You hear that? The spoiled rich kid thinks he deserves more than he was agreed upon.
1 denarius is promised.
Excuse me, sir, but the man you just paid worked more than the man you paid before. How is it fair that he gets the same amount of pay?
Who do you think you are?
Oh, sorry, sir, he's a foreigner. What are you, stupid? You can't address Lady Hadar's foreman like that.
But that man he just paid worked 6 hours. 5 hours more than the first man he paid. How is it fair he get the same amount of money?
Look, you don't get it, do you? You agreed to work for 1 denarius, so it would pay 1 denarius. Now, if you actually want that 1 denarius, you better just zip it and do your empty stomach a favor.
1 denarius is promised.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure to serve you, my lady.
God bless you and your family.
1 denarius is promised.
But I worked 8 hours, 7 more than the first man you paid. How is it fair I get the same amount of money?
Is this your field? Is this your vineyard?
Well, no,
No, it is mine. And I am not being unfair.
But
did you not agree to work for 1 denarius?
Well, of course I
Yes, and so did everyone else.
But
do I not have the right to do what I want with my own money?
Well, of course you do, but...
So then are you arguing with me because I am generous?
Well, of course not.
Then take your pay and go.
But my lady...
Go. And do not hire that one again.
Shalom, friends, and I am glad that you're all here for this special occasion.
Of course, sir. I've just been filling them in on the story, my lord. I just finished the part on where your son had to get a job, sir.
Oh yes, foolish Benjamin. I suppose it's my fault that he doesn't know what a day's work is. But he has learned a lesson of generosity and promises. So I suppose everybody here is a little hungry, and I'm still in preparation for the wedding feast. So if you will, you can eat at the fine restaurants and markets that we have here in our village and make merry. Oh, I suppose you have not brought any coin given the uncertain safety of the road from Jericho. But I have made provisions for you all. I have given you some few denarius, as you can see at your table, so that you can purchase your own meal. Well, I better get back to the wedding feast. Oh wait. Yes.
Soon found out about the laborer, shall we say, who questioned his master. And soon no one would hire him. Our proud and boastful Benjamin began to sink. He became bitter and angry and resentful. So foolish he was during this time. But sadly, Benjamin was reduced to begging. Yes, the son of the great Lord Amnon was reduced to nothing but a common street beggar.
Look at me. Look at me. What would my father say if he could see me now? I can only imagine his words.
You stupid boy, thinking you could just run off with your inheritance and make it in the world? You have no skills, you're spoiled, and pampered as a child. Ha! You thought you were a man.
I'm not a man. I'm less than a man. I'm a servant. I'm less than a servant. Servants have better lives than this. Look at me. I feed pigs. Look at me. I have no home. Look at me. Look at me. You don't even want to look at me.
Of course they don't want to look at you. You're filthy. You're a disgrace. You're not someone fit to be called my son. Not anymore. I have disowned you, and I have cast you away.
My own father probably doesn't even want to see me anymore. It's just that I'm just so hungry. Pigs won't miss it if I have a few bites, right? Even the lowest of my father's servants eat better than this. I wonder if my father, maybe he might... It's no use. He won't even take me back to his house after what I've done to him.
How dare you! How dare you steal from me? I was generous to take you in after no one else would. And this is how you repay me? Get out of my sight! Leave me, boy! You better run! Get out of here!
Breaking news. We are reporting live in Jerusalem from the scene of a crime. The Innkeeper at 316 Mercy Drive called authorities around 7:23 p.m. this evening to report a robbery. Officials arrived on the scene to find a broken wooden bucket and approximately 3 pounds of spilled pig slop. The hired hand was nowhere to be found. Detectives are still working the scene and investigating this so-called robbery, but reportedly have little evidence to go on so far. A nearby neighbor had this to say.
I was just outside the back door pumping some water for the well. That's when I heard the shouting and a large crash. I rushed right over to help that innkeeper, who is a dear friend of mine. When I got there, that scoundrel hired boy had run off and taken several bites of the pig food with him in his stomach. Don't we all know the good book says, thou shalt not steal? I mean, those poor helpless pigs didn't get their dinner tonight because of that boy.
And there you have it. Other eyewitnesses are beginning to come forward and confirm other similar dealings with this hired boy, who I can now confirm is indeed Benjamin, son of local resident Lord Amnon. Anyone with information regarding the runaway prodigal son is encouraged to send a messenger to the local authorities immediately. This is Lady Hadar, reporting live, Jerusalem.
Benjamin's mind ran wild with fear till he ran until his legs could take him no farther. It was not until he finally stopped to catch his breath when he looked up and realized where he was. The road to Jericho. This might not mean much to you, but surely you all can relate. You all must have that one bad part of your village where everyone knows not to go after dark. Well, the road to Jericho was one of those places.
It's almost dark, you know. You shouldn't be here.
Of course. Whose land am I trespassing on now?
You must not be from here. This is no one's property. This is the road to Jericho.
Road to Jericho? You think I can make it there by nightfall?
Certainly not. It's half day's journey from here.
I best get started then, right?
Are you mad? You can't be on this road to Jericho at night. It's plagued with thieves. You will surely be robbed, or worse.
See, that's where you have it all wrong, my friend. I have nothing. Absolutely nothing. A thief wouldn't even take a second look at me.
You're a fool then. You're a fool to go down this road at night. Just remember, I try to warn you.
Just a scared little servant girl. No thief in their right mind would even take a second look at me. I grow tired. Maybe I'll just find a rock to sleep on tonight and begin again fresh in the morning. Maybe in the morning, beg for some warm bread. Warm bread.
or a drink out of a wineskin. Maybe in Jericho, I can finally get a job. Maybe. Wait, who's there? Who's there? Be gone. I have nothing, I say. Be gone. Be gone. Go. Leave me. No. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No, please.
In Luke chapter 10, Jesus tells the story of a man who was beaten and left for dead on the side of the road. A surprising connection to our story. Benjamin's eyes opened with the morning, with the rising of the sun. Barely conscious, he was keenly aware of the metallic taste of blood and the throbbing in his leg. He attempted to open his mouth and call for help, but only groans of pain came out. And the morning sun rose higher and higher in the sky. The danger associated with the road to Jericho sank away, and Benjamin slowly became aware that people were passing him by.
And you prepared the court for today's sacrifice like I asked last evening?
No, I haven't yet. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to do that after we arrive this morning.
Eliezer, son, this is the second time this week I've had to remind you of your duties and the importance of the holy task we've been given.
I didn't ask to have this job, you know. I was just born a Levite.
You are exactly right, my son. You were born a Levite, and with that comes specific responsibilities God has charged us with. We must care for the tabernacle. There are not many who share this privilege.
So I suppose you're saying I should just feel proud of this job then? Proud of the endless hours of preparing and scrubbing and organizing and praying? And every time they want to move that tabernacle, guess who gets to do it? Me. Me and all the others, son.
Enough, son. I'm not liking your tone. The things you do are done for God. When you prepare the cereal offering, you please the Almighty. When you care for the courts and chambers of the tabernacle, you do the Lord's work. Your sweat and personal discomfort are of no importance, so be careful what you say.
I just want to choose. I want to choose what work I spend my day at. I just want to choose how.
And someday you may choose, my son. High priest Simon is growing old and has no son to succeed him. Johannes seems to think that I may be chosen to be anointed next. Which means, my son, someday you may be high priest. Now come, I won't have us late for morning prayers.
I don't know. That's a lifetime. I already have 26 years and I just feel...
Stop, my son.
What is it now?
Up there in the road, do you see him?
Oh, is he dead?
I don't know, son, but we can't risk going any closer. We're needed for today's sacrifice and can't be turned away from the tabernacle as unclean because we've touched death. Come, this way. Take the south path instead.
But don't you think we should at least call out to him? Or you could let me back out myself?
No, my son, it's not our place. Bandits are thick on this road after dark. They may be still lurking, waiting to prey on those who would take pity on this man. Or worse, he might just be some poor beggar who had too much drink last night and wandered out here alone. Anyway, he got what he deserved. Come on, we can't be seen with a dead body.
Are you okay, my lord?
I'm about ready to give up this hunk of junk.
You always say that, my lord.
I mean it this time.
Of course you don't. Someday you'll become a world-famous merchant.
You really believe that?
I always have.
Well, let's get going. Let's grab that package that fell off and be off to Jericho on a grand adventure. Caleb, do you think I'm odd?
Odd? My master Odd? Where did you get that idea from, my lord?
I don't know, I just don't seem to be able to talk to anyone, especially in Jerusalem.
What am I, chopped liver?
Yes, everyone except for you, lad. You are especially kind.
The girl who served us our meal at the inn last night was especially kind to you. Maybe you could talk to her.
Have you forgotten where we are, lad? She's a Jew. She's not allowed to be kind to me, or to her.
There are no laws against kindness, my lord. I most of all should know this. Your kindness in taking me in on as your servant is more than I could have ever known.
That was no special kindness, my boy. That was just one human being looking out for another. Now come, let us get going to Jericho. It may be a new start for us. I'm about ready to give up this hunk of junk.
I told you you always say that, my lord. Here, let me help. That is why I'm here, after all.
Caleb, come quickly.
What is it?
You see that man lying up in the road ahead? He must have wandered through here during the night and fell prey to the thieves.
Is it safe? Will we be attacked by thieves?
Yes, it should be safe, my boy. They don't dare show themselves in broad daylight.
What should we do?
Why, help them, of course. Go grab the package with the linen and oil. Sir. Good sir. Can you hear me? Caleb, come quickly. He's still breathing.
The Bible says in Luke 10, verse 33 and 34, "But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came to where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey and brought him to an inn and took care of him."
Caleb, quickly. There's the inn we stayed at last night. Run up ahead and knock on the door. Sir, I need a clean room for this man and a warm bed. I've just found him beaten and left for dead on the road to Jericho. Do you have any space?
Yes, I do. But it must be assured that you're prepared to pay.
Of course. Quickly, Caleb, go and grab a bag of silver. Here, will this satisfy your needs?
Yes, quickly, bring him in. God bless you for your generosity.
This was no generosity, good man. This is just one human being looking out for another.
Where am I? Who are you? I am Caleb. Please lie back. You shouldn't be up. I'll go get my master. He told me to tell him as soon as you were awake. What is this? Bandages? Ointment? See? He's awake!
Very good, lad. How are you feeling?
Honestly, terrible. But I suppose I could be worse. Just thankful to be alive. Who are you and where have you brought me?
I am Ephraim, a humble Samaritan merchant, and this is my servant.
I'm Caleb. I thought you might die.
We found you on the road to Jericho, and we brought you here for a speedy recovery.
Wait, you're a Samaritan.
Mm-hmm.
And you did all this?
Yes.
But why? I am a Jew. Most Samaritans do not even acknowledge my existence, let alone bring me here and bandage my ointments. And yet you did all this for me?
And he paid for it all too.
I don't understand.
My good sir, when I see my fellow man, I see flesh and blood. I don't see Jew, Levite, or Samaritan. I see people, just as our Father Yahweh sees us, just as the Father sees his Son.
My father never wishes to see me again.
I find that hard to believe.
It's not so hard to believe. I asked for my inheritance early, practically forcing his hand. I then squandered it away on luxury items that meant nothing to me. I faced death, and I deserved death.
Our Father Yahweh is full of grace and mercy. And if your father is a believer too, I'm sure he will show you that same grace and mercy. Go to him. Give him a chance to give you a home again.
Benjamin made the decision to go back to his father's that day. He knew he could never come back as his father's son, for he had disgraced the family. But maybe, just maybe, his father would take him back as a servant. This next part of the story is my favorite. In the next few days' time, Benjamin was well enough to get out of bed and began making his way towards his father's home, hoping and praying to be shown some form of mercy.
Father, there's an issue in the field. The foreman asked for you. They are not sure how you'd want them to proceed.
I'm busy. I'm sure whatever they decide is fine with me.
Father, you are not busy. You sit here day after day mourning the loss of your son Benjamin, a son that disrespected you and practically robbed you, while your son, your good son, who is still living, is here needing your wisdom.
Oren, I am tired of your grand proclamations. You will never know the pain that I am experiencing until you become a father and lose a son too.
Father, you cannot waste your life away just because Benjamin chose to be a proud and stupid son.
Enough! I will not have you dishonor your brother's name and memory. And I will not have you talk to me in that tone. I have been generous to you. I've given you everything. And you too think you have the authority to talk to me that way. But I will not lose you too. If you go, I just need a moment to collect my thoughts, and I will be out there shortly.
Thank you, Father. We'll expect you within the hour.
Yahweh, why do you test me so? It is written that you will not give a man more than he can handle. And I feel that I am broken and unable to continue.
Amnon, do not be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand.
But Yahweh, I just need you to heal my family. Please, will you bring Benjamin back? And please, will you give the need inside him so that he needs you?
I have plans for you, Amnon. They are plans for good and not for harm. Plans to give you a future and a hope.
Yahweh, I am unable to stand. I need your strength.
Amnon, look up, for it is written, before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear.
Tabitha! There's a beggar coming down the way. Please, will you go get somebody and get him out of here? Benjamin? Benjamin, that's you? My son? My son? You have returned?
Forgive me, Father. I'm not worthy to stand in your presence. I only wish that you may accept me as a servant in your household.
No! Get up! Oh, this is a joyous occasion! Oh, Tabitha, come quickly! My son who has been lost, he is now found. Please get my best robe and put it on his shoulders. Oh, Deborah, come quickly. Can you get him some food and drink? It is a joyous occasion. My son has returned to me. Everyone, come, celebrate.
Lord Amnon was so overjoyed to have his son back that he called for a celebration. No expense was to be spared. It was to be the best of the best. He arranged for his son to take a bride and sent his son, Oren, to invite all of the most important families in the town and surrounding. Unfortunately, many of the prominent families had experiences with Benjamin during his dark time and had ill feelings about attending a celebration in honor of a prodigal son. It is written, "The kingdom of heaven is like a great man who prepared a wedding banquet for his son. He sent his servants to those who had been invited to the banquet to tell them to come, but they refused."
My lady, Oren, son of Lord Amnon, wishes to see you.
Fine, bring him in. Well, well, well. That's just what I wanted to deal with on this afternoon. Another son of the great Lord Amnon. I certainly do hope this one is better than that other one. Most disrespectful boy.
My lady, I come on behalf of my father. My brother Benjamin has returned from his dark days a changed man. My father wishes for you to come to his wedding banquet, for in 6 days' time he will be wed to the mistress Eliana of the house of Thaddeus.
Let me get this straight. Your father wishes to invite me to a wedding feast for a boy I employed in my fields who questioned my authority and my generosity? I can hardly imagine his motive in asking me. But surely he would know I would not accept.
But my lady, my brother Benjamin has returned from his dark days and changed.
Yes, a changed man. Still, I will not risk my reputation. And furthermore, I wash my hands of your family. The great Lord Amnon and anyone else from his household is not welcome in mine anymore.
But my lady.
And furthermore, I am going to tell the whole village. Our God would not look kindly on someone who turns their back on family through greed and disrespect. But I pray you no harm. But do not come to my house ever again. But be gone at once and bring me my messenger. I have news I need to send.
Father, there's someone at the gate who wants to see you.
What does he want, my son?
Well, I had to push him a bit, but he finally admitted that he wants to invite you to attend a marriage banquet as the official dignitary from the tabernacle.
I see. Well, given my status around here, I can certainly understand the request. I do enjoy a good celebration. Show the young man in so I can accept in person.
Okay. Anything else?
What an honor! The wedding must be for Jesse. That's it. Jesse, son of Lord Malik. You see, I already know he's making arrangements for Jesse to wed Mara. Now I'm thrilled that the village sees me as someone worthy to officiate the celebration. I'm sure they're going to want me to help.
Father, this is Oren, son of Lord Amnon.
Oh, Oren. God's blessings be on you and your house.
My father, Lord Amnon, wishes to invite you to officiate the wedding of my brother Benjamin. He has since turned his heart towards Yahweh and is now a changed man.
I know who your brother is. Everyone knows your brother. He's conducted himself most distastefully in the past months.
Yes, this is true, but he has since turned his heart towards Yahweh. He is now a changed man.
I'm sorry, son. I won't be able to attend. My duties at the tabernacle, they're far too demanding. I simply cannot spare the time. Please, give my apologies to your father. Eliezer, take this boy to the gate, please.
But please, sir, please reconsider my offer.
Enough. Lower your voice in the house of the Lord. Eliezer, take him down, please.
Please, sir, please reconsider.
Enough. Be gone. My, I dodged a flaming arrow with that one.
Hi, Innkeeper. My father, Lord Amnon, wishes to invite you to my brother Benjamin's wedding ceremony. He has since turned his heart towards Yahweh, and he is now a changed man. My father wishes for you to come, for in 6 days' time, he will be married to Mistress Eliana of the house of Thaddeus.
What possesses you to even think I would consider that offer? I was generous to your prodigal brother, and he spat in my face.
But Innkeeper, my brother Benjamin has since turned his heart towards Yahweh. He is now a changed...
Yes, you told me. A changed man. I still do not accept it. Your brother still owes me money for accommodations he couldn't afford, and for food he stole from my pigs.
Yes, we are aware of that, and that's why my father has told me to pay all the debts he has accumulated. in full. How much does he owe?
46 denarius.
Why, Innkeeper, that is a great sum.
It is well required. Do you also question the decisions of my business?
No. Here you go. Now that the debt is paid in full, should I tell my father that you'll be attending my brother's wedding ceremony?
Certainly not. I would not dream of celebrating a thief and a debtor. Leave at once.
That's it! I am done embarrassing myself for my brother. Why does he deserve to have his debts paid with my father while I'm at home slaving away to earn that money? That's it! No one is coming to his wedding ceremony, and that's fine with me.
But it wasn't fine with Lord Amnon, determined to show his son the kind of grace and mercy that can only come from Yahweh. He went into the village. He knocked on every single door in the town and invited anyone who wanted to come. Yes, some did turn him away, but others who were filled with Yahweh's grace and mercy are here with us this evening. And we thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Oh, well, thank you, friends, for being here. The wedding feast is done. The preparation is finished. Oh, within an hour, my son has gone to get his wife, or bride-to-be, from her father's house, and within the hour, they will have a procession that will come down the aisle. And I ask that when they do, get up and join them as we go into the house and have a great celebration. So, Deborah, I think it's time. Can you go get the wedding feast? It won't be long now. The great thing about all of this is that my son, he was lost and now he is found. It is written that the last shall be first and the first shall be last. My son had to deal with what the problems of being first was all about, the darkness. And now he is a changed man. He has become humble and he is last in my presence. And forgiveness, God is so great because of his love and forgiveness and all of the endearing qualities that he has for us. So that I say to you today, let us raise our cup and be happy and joyful and be merry.